people have finally woken up, right? They've realized it's not just dark, it's the asteroid's shadow. The progress flag. The progress flag would fly over our buildings as if they were occupied territory. I actually asked as a minister, why is this happening? And who says that it has to happen? I could never get an answer, or none that would be committed to paper anyway. I wanted to scrap the unconscious bias training, which taught the civil servants how bad and racist Britain was, and how evil white people are. And I was told that I would be on the wrong side of history to push forward that particular radical idea. Now, I don't say this to boast or to curry favour with you as an audience, but to starkly confess my failure. I couldn't even get the flag of a horrible political campaign that I disagreed with taken down from the roof of the government department I was supposed to be in charge of. Now, again, some of you, I suspect, will be tempted to knowingly say that was the Blob, but it wasn't. It was other Tory politicians. My question, why is this happening, would go to 10 Downing Street, to the Prime Minister's office. And that's where the answer failed to come from, because, to repeat the point once more, far, far too many Tory politicians agreed, and still agree, that the progress flag must be flown. To be kind, to be inclusive. It shows how liberal and progressive we are. And that's what many Conservatives want us to be. Well, the progress flag says to me, it says to me one monstrous thing, that I was a member of a government that presided over the mutilation of our children in our hospitals and from our schools. We Tories, right through our smoking ruin of a general election campaign, we claimed proudly that we were doing something about trans fanatics, when in fact, what we did was let it happen. I'm too physically repulsed to go into what it is, but it is something that the true grown-ups in any civilized society should never have allowed to happen to anyone else's children. And this is our best defense, that we let it happen. That the fanatics who had worked their way through the institutions were negligently let to get away with it. Perhaps by innocent ministers who couldn't comprehend their sick ambitions. But again, I have to tell you, this is simply not true. I, in the last Parliament, had colleague after colleague who didn't turn a blind eye to this, who weren't simply somehow tricked by monsters seeking to mutilate children. I had colleagues who supported it in the Conservative Party, who were fully signed up to this project, and who saw people like me, who opposed it, who wanted to stand up for the safety and security of our children, as not being just the villains, but somehow the people who were losing our party votes with our hateful words. Well, the progress flag says to me, it says to me one monstrous thing, that I was a member of a government that presided over the mutilation of our children in our hospitals and from our schools.